What's up, Whiskey Wednesday Nighters? What's going on? Welcome, everyone, to the Master and Drum Whiskey Room live on a Wednesday night. It is, as you always know, it's Whiskey Wednesday night, hump day, just the right time of the week just to relax a little bit, hang out with me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Already have about 200 people already chiming in right now. While you're coming in, please make sure you hit that like button below. Appreciate it, guys. What is up? Everyone's looking, even though I can't see you, I know everyone's looking gorgeous out there. Everyone's hanging out, having fun. What's going on, guys? Yeah, so I already have this Woodford Reserve double oaked in the glass. I actually borrowed this from a buddy of mine. I haven't had a chance to try the actual big bottled version yet. Thor's Hammer version, if you will. So we're going to dive right into this one right away tonight because we have a hell of a blind tasting. Now, I can't take credit for the idea. One of my patrons or a couple of my patrons, somebody said that I should blind every single one of my top bourbon of the year since 2018 head to head. And that's what we're going to do. Now, the only problem with that is going all the way back to 2018 or 2019. Woodford 8 oaks, or Matt says Nathan. So Nathan wants more oaks instead of the double oaks. I get it. Going to be a heck of a blind tonight. Excited to watch, says Andrew Bergstrom. Yeah, me too, man. What's up, Whiskey Juice? Yeah, we are. I thought it was a great idea. The only problem is I did crush one of the. I was very surprised that 2 years out of the seven years that I have named Whiskey of the Year. By the way, this is my 8th year. I'll hit 8 years on Whiskey Tube in August, which is pretty cool. But at any rate, 2 of those years, a Four Roses LE had won. And that was kind of surprising to me. And I was really hoping I had I think it was the 2019 version. But that one I actually finished. And because that one was signed by Brent Elliott. And I remember me and my mom crushing that bottle. my mom came over and she loved it. I remember we just killed it one night. So I have a poll in the chat going. If you guys have not filled out the poll yet, please do, because we're going to add one other fun whiskey just to make things interesting. So if you have not filled out the poll yet, is in the top of the chat. Basically, I want to add Jack Daniel's 14, Michter's 2023, the 10-year, ECBP 23, or George T. Stagg 2024. And right now, with 157 votes, Jack Daniel's 14 is taking the lead. So interesting. Crap, my Jack Daniel's 14 is upstairs because I forgot to bring it down. Well, if it wins, I will run and get it. No worries. So way to ruin future content, Master Joe. So yeah, we'll get that sorted out. I wish somebody was here to just run up and get it for me, but no. Because I also have a bottle giveaway that's upstairs too. I might have to run up and get something here in a little bit. But with that said, let's start welcoming everybody into the chat here as we always do. As I always like to do. First and foremost, JG Whiskey Cheers here in the house. What's going on? Adam Hines is here. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Peerless Double Oak tonight. Love it. Joey B in the house. What's going on? Sandeep Chima's here. How you doing, Sandeep? Randall Erickson sipping on the new K-Luke Batch 11. Randall Erickson, how is that? I haven't actually heard one thing about it yet. So, and usually I get their samples, but I haven't gotten their samples yet. Top Jimmy is here. Good evening, all. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. I'm too sipping some K-Luke 11. Man, everyone's got the K-Luke 11. How is it? Cheers all. Takes Barrel Infinite in the Glen with a nice cigar tonight. Oh, that sounds good. LFG, bring the heat. Pork chop. Oh, pork chop's got the heat. Okay. Great concept for a blind, says Ham Turkey. Yep, thank you so much. Can't take the credit. That all goes to great ideas from some patrons and some viewers. So appreciate that, guys. Tim Cornet is here. James Lay finishing off some Peregrine 2024. Just had a killer private chat with Nick Taylor from Found North. Oh, yeah, he's the greatest. Ham Turkey, throw ECBP C923 in because it was available. I like that idea. Jason Cruitt here. What's going on, Jason Cruitt? Let's see who we got. We got Abrod. We got Warren Smith. Mark Body is here. Love to see your favorite. Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. Justin Jenkins is here. Peerless Ghost Barrel Bottle Kill. Oh, damn. Mike Fertini's here. In my Glen is Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Bourbon. Delicious, he says. Weller Whiskey's here. First live at Match to Catch. Drizzle. Yeah, I haven't seen your name in the chat. Weller Whiskey, welcome in. Appreciate you chiming in tonight. Michael Speakerman is here. Oakley 136 proof in the glass tonight. Curious to hear your thoughts on it, Jason. Whack website, but amazing whiskey. Yep, that's that's pretty much the story of Oakley. Terrible website, but apparently the whiskey is amazing. So we're going to try a sample of Barrel 3 tonight, which was graciously sent to me by another viewer. So cool for him to share it. So we're going to try it. You guys see my honest reaction. I tried the, I always screw up the order of it. Watch Hill Proper. Did I get it right? Watch Hill Proper. I tried that one, and that one was incredible. So I'm curious to try the Oakley. We'll see how this one is. Let's see here. We got Josh Fritz. We got the Bourbon Coach is in here. Steelbox 8 and 9 in the glass tonight. Rare Breed. This is going to be fun. Cheers, Whiskey fam. We got Jeff Perkins is here. What's up, Jeff? Dr. Sped. Norman Coughlin is here. Let's see. Mauricio Pastenes is here. Chisol finally tried Russell's 15 last night at a bar. Amazing. Yeah, I'll be curious to see how Russell's 15 does tonight, especially against the CNF in the blind. But if I had a favorite, well, we'll talk about that later. Let's see. We got Mike Bertini. Bad storms in Indiana tonight. Tons of tornado warnings. Yeah, if anyone's in that area, please be safe. Hopefully a tornado does not touch down. Man, everybody broke out the good stuff tonight. No Travelers drinkers tonight. Yeah, no one's drinking Travelers. Sean Ortego is here. What is going on? John Farron. Cheers, bourbon people. Let's see. 4-Leaf Whiskey. Stacy is here. I'm surprised Stacy is still awake after, I'm sure, celebrating what was an epic St. Patty's Day. Nice to see you, Stacy. And thanks again to Stacy for hosting a great live stream on her show where we tried some really, really epic Irish whiskey. So if any of you guys have now tried out 4-Leaf Whiskey yet, please go over there and subscribe. Such an amazing channel for it's not even just for Irish whiskey. It's just whiskey content in general and how informative it is. So definitely go check it out. Andrew's here. What's up, Andrew? Bo's Wine Guy. James Morgan's here. JG said hi to you. Jeepman 103. Ben Drammond. What's up, my friend? Nice to see you. Kyle Reed is here. Should I crack my JD14 for this or sip some Evernorth choices? I don't know. Those are two very good choices, Kyle. Evernorth has some great stuff, and JD14 is pretty damn good. So either way you go, you're not losing. No wrong answer there. What's up, Mark? May the Schwartz be with you. Whiskey Juice is here. Big Vic, what's up, Avocado? How you doing, man? Sean Holtgrove is here. Oak and Agave, and I'm just going to keep catching up because I think I missed a super chat. Dave S. kicking it off. Thanks again, Jason. Great time in Bardstown. Thank you so much, Dave. Dave was part of the pick team at Bardstown Bourbon Company last week. Towards the end of the week last week, we were at Bardstown Bourbon Company picking some pretty epic barrels. We picked a Bardstown's at 6036. I think it was a 6036 4 mash bill. Super high rye, single barrel, which was absolutely delicious. And then we got ourselves another Green River single barrel at Bardstown. So an incredible time. Thank you, Dave, for helping out with that. Glad you had a great time, and we picked some hitters. Matt's Place, Woodford Dub is good, but not 200 good. All right, well, we will get into that. All right, I gotta scroll down to the bottom here. We got Phil Bergman coming in. He is a new YouTube member. What's up, Phil? Look at Phil. Phil, the doctor, is in the house. I don't know why I just turned into a Boston guy. The doctor is here. And Top Jimmy giving out the 9-month re-up. Don't forget to smash the like. Thank you so much. Top Jimmy, you're the man. Long Dave Irish Whiskey and Guinness on Monday. That's right. That's right. Your lives are done of the most informative and fun. That's not easy to do, but you do it so effortlessly, says Have G Will Whiskey. I appreciate that. A lot of work goes behind the scenes in order to keep it seamless because I am by myself and I have to be prepared. So I'm glad you guys appreciate that. So real quick, I haven't gotten a chance to do content this week because if you guys have paid attention to my community tab on my YouTube channel, I've been sourcing a bunch of ideas to do a new series where I'm just going to be doing probably like double, triple, and quadruple base head-to-heads for about 2 weeks, like during March Madness here as we get to the end. I feel like, with all the allocated whiskey out there and, a lot of channels doing really, really high price bottles that are impossible to get, including me, but I mean, those are the new bottles that, some people want to hear about. But I do feel like this could be a real opportune time while the whiskey releases are a little bit slower right now, not a ton coming out. So I feel like I could kind of get back to doing some really cool head-to-heads. So the first one, which I'm going to be, I think I'll be able to release it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, definitely Friday, will be a budget high-proof battle. So it'll be, I believe it's going to be benchmark full-proof versus Old Grandad 114 versus the what's the name of the smoke wagon one? The Colt, that high proof 116 proof, the high proof, the Colt one from Smoke Wagon, and then the fourth one is Green River Full Proof. So those four are going to go head to head in a quadruple base to kind of see what which one of those comes out on top. And then as we go through the month, I might sprinkle the winner to each one into different head to heads with some $60 bottles, putting Russell's Reserve, putting Rare Breed to the test against some other ones. I'm going to be putting some weeded bourbons to the test, some of the best double oak. So I got some great, I've been kind of sourcing all these ideas and these bottles that people want to see head to head. We had some repeats, a lot of them, but then we had some other kind of sneaky cool ideas I think I could filter in. So that's what's going to be coming from this channel for the next couple weeks, which I think will be really cool. The series is going to be called Hunting Allocated Bourbon Sucks. And basically, these will all be pretty much bottles that are relatively easy to find. Some, depending obviously in your area, but as far as price point, all be pretty affordable. And some of the other ones, though, there will be some allocated bourbons versus easy to find bourbons. I think a lot of people enjoy that content too. So it's going to be really cool. The Desert Colt, thank you. That's what it is. Thank you guys so much. So that's what we're going to do. Kind of get back to basics, kind of, see. I definitely a cool double oaked one I had was Fox and Odin double oaked versus the New Barrel versus the Pursuit United versus Peerless double oaked. So I think that one's going to be pretty cool. It'll be interesting to see what wins in that matchup. So just a lot of fun blinds and content coming. And here's the other thing that I'm going to be doing during the series, because I've been getting, who's your favorite to win it all, says Derek Rogers. Oh, from this one, I think the Heaven Hill 17 is going to pull it out somehow. We'll see. Russell's 15. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So we'll get into that. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So during the episodes, you will notice that after I nose the glass and I start getting into the sipping, you guys will get to see what's in the glass before I find out. I've just gotten so much feedback. Like, we want to know what's in the glass. We want to know what's in the glass. That seems to be the part of the videos that people are banging the drum for, rather than not knowing. They want to know what's in the glass beforehand. So just for this series, I'm gonna let you guys know as I'm going through it what I'm sipping on. I will wait kind of towards the end for each glass. This way, if you guys want to try to guess what I'm sipping, it might be kind of cool for you guys as I'm doing it. But we'll see how it works out. Should be a fun couple weeks though as we get into March Madness. And speaking of March Madness, cheers to my St. John's Red Storm. That's where I went to college. Jamaica, Queens, New York, baby. That's where we were. I was there when basketball was great, and now it hasn't been great. And now they're back in the tourney, and I'm all about it, man. Go St. John's. Here we go. The thing about St. John's this year is they can't really shoot. They're not a great shooting team. They have a couple players that get hot and could carry you, but they're an intense defensive team. We'll see how long that takes them. So we'll see how it goes. Artfully Bourbon is here. Gears Jason and all in the chat. The old Johnnies, go Patino. Yep, that's right. The old Johnnies. So I went there, I think the year or 2 years after they changed. They were the Redmen, and then they became the Red Storm. So I was there about maybe 2 or 3 years after that change happened. So always remember my time in good old Jamaica, Queens. It was a commuting school back in the day. Now they have dorms there. So, all right, let's get into this Woodford double oaked. Let's see. So 90.4 as usual, as we would come to expect from Woodford Reserve. Go Gators. Boss's Kids is a starter for Florida. Oh, there you go. All right. Do you think 22A Stag Jr. could compete with this lineup? I don't know. Honestly, dude, I get so many stags. I can't remember which ones. It's weird because ever since they changed to the new, numbering system, like I can't remember. It's such a weird thing. I don't know if are your guys' brains broken like that? Like when it was like batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like all the way up to 16, 17, whatever it was. Like I can remember, like I know I love batch 9, I know I love batch 12, batch 15 was super sweet, batch 16 was pretty, like I can remember those batches here and there. But now that they've switched to the other system, I can't remember which ones I like and which ones I do not, except as we found out last week, 24D. So there you go. Yeah, slip that 24D in there. I'm not sure if you meant to word it that way, Mark, but if you did, that's pretty brilliant. 22A was great. This is the way. St. John's defends every inch of the court and can rebound for sure, but anything outside of about 15 feet is a prayer. Yeah, Eric Beer, you are not wrong, sir. Okay. Luke Carnesecca in a sweater. Exactly. I haven't found a stag since the numbers changed, says Nick Foles. Really? All right. So first thing on this, I do get a slight hint of that Brown Forman banana, but I also get a lot of sweet. It's almost toffee, borderline butterscotchy, which is kind of interesting, but it's also slightly youthful. The two Utes. Oh, what the hell? I got something stuck in my throat. Would you pay up for 24D? Yeah, knowing that that's probably one of the better batches I've had in quite a long time. I probably would. Not a lot, but maybe like 150 for one, but I wouldn't go over 200 for one of those. Steve H says 22A is the best one since batch 12. Okay. I got to see if I have a 22A. I probably do somewhere. I know I have a 23A. Do I have a 22A? 23A, I know I like quite a bit, but 22A, I got to look for that one. All right. Let's give this one. Let's give this one a try. Guys, cheers. Thanks so much for hanging out. Again, if you're just tuning in or you're here, hit that like button. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, it's sweet. That's a lot sweeter than I thought it was going to be. I really did think that because I think the small 375 to me came off a little bit more chocolatey, a little bit more dark. This is giving me sweet, more confectioner vibes, confectionery types of flavor profiles here. I get a lot of powdered sugar. It's kind of buttery in a weird way. 22A is really good, but batch 15 was also really good. Batch 15 was an absolute candy monster. That's why people love 15. Double base, double oak versus double oak. Oh my God, Kenneth. Have you ever tried Fiddler Store Pick Cast Rank Georgia version? Yes, Michael. Actually, I just got a bunch of samples and bottles from Fiddler from ASW. We're gonna have Whit Hagman on the channel at some point here to talk about all the great things they're doing at ASW and why ASW is still one of the underrated distillers out there in the market. So we'll talk to him soon. You do have the 22A. You did a comparison video. Oh, see, there you go. Thank you, Whiskey Juice. I don't even remember my own history. So much content. Can't wait to see your review on Fiddler. Yeah. Okay, there's the chocolate. But it's still a very sweet. It's not so much a bitter chocolate. It's a milk chocolate. It's sweet. A little bit of a buttery toffee note kind of mixed in. The oak is there, obviously. The finish falls off a cliff. I mean, that's just what we know. Is it more than a whisper? It's actually less than a whisper, Jason Coates. This, it's definitely less than the chocolate whisper. The chocolate whisper, the coffee and chocolate is way more in your face. It is not a whisper. This is more of a whisper than anything. All right, last sip of this one. I heard Whiskey Wars have a triple oak. Yes, they do, Josh Fritz. I actually have a bottle of it. I could try it. I haven't cracked it open yet. I could try it. Why not? You know what? I'm gonna run upstairs and I'm gonna get the Jack Daniel's 14 just in case it wins the blind. I'm gonna go get a bottle. I think I'm gonna give away tonight, and I'm gonna get the Whiskey War double oaked or triple oaked or whatever they call it. All right. What's up, Jason? Good to see you. Always been enjoying some of your older videos lately. What happened to Angry Jason? We need him back. You know, it's funny you said that, Christian, because I was like looking through my catalog today when I was going through like trying to find what I named like Bourbon of the Years all those years ago. And I came across like my top overhyped bourbons. I need to do that. I need to get that back. I think I need to do another version of like overhyped, overpriced whiskeys and just go off, say what I really feel. I mean, I think that would be pretty cool. I should do that one. Nick Foles says, grab me a stag too. Oh, man. Having chocolate whispers after some wings and a bourbon. Yeah. All right, guys. Give me literally 2 minutes and I'll be right back. All right. I'm going to get it. And you know what? I'll just, while I leave here, I'll have you guys just, I don't know. You can watch me fall again for about, this should take about 10 seconds. I'll be right back. I fell. I'm coming back. All right. Oh, tight squeeze. All right. Not too bad. Newest YouTube craze, empty chair. Don't fall running. Yeah, I know. I just sprinted up the stairs. All right. So if Jack Daniel's 14 wins the addition to the blind, we got it. A bottle I'm giving away tonight is, now before I say what it is, I need to have somebody kind of help me track. So if anyone's in the chat that can help me track names, let me know. Okay. And here is the Whiskey War double oaked. Let's see. Can someone please explain FYO train? Oh, I guess somebody in the, I don't know. It's a long story, but I'll tell it. We'll get there. Whiskey Insider says, I kind of had stuff to do tonight, but I'll be home in about 5 minutes. Well, whoever can help me, and if that's you, Ben, let me know. Killer looking bottle. Yeah, I got the bottle cam back tonight. Let's turn it on. Let's take a look at this thing. There's the Whiskey War. There you can see it. Double. Look at the description there, guys. Cast strength Whiskey War, a thrice oaked, 116.50 proof, and that is one dark looking whiskey. Look at that thing. You can't even see anything through that thing. It's like coffee. Love it. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, Woodford double oaked is only 2 oaks. This is 3 oaks. I have not tried this yet. You know, Adam Hines over the master blender over at Whiskey at High Bank gave me this to give it a try. And I feel bad. I just kind of put it aside. I never even tried it yet. I'm not going to pour it into the Woodford. Woo, that is dark. Thrice oaked upon his fortnight. Yes, Justin. Okay. Jason, who took the motor oil out of an abandoned RV and told you it was whiskey? Somebody did. That thing is crazy. Let me go back to the bottle cam here. Check this out. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty dark. Okay. So for those of you guys that do not know, Whiskey War, it's a brand made by High Bank here in Columbus, Ohio. They've won multiple awards for their Whiskey War blend. You know, take that with you will, but you know, San Francisco Spirit Awards, they won, I think, 3 consecutive years for Best Blended American Whiskey, which is a big deal for a small distillery. Again, say what you want about awards. The one good thing about awards sometimes, and I always say this, I do think that it helps shine a light on some smaller distilleries that are actually making really good stuff. I know a lot of the times the big distillers win the big awards and the accolades. There's probably some, you know, marketing dollars behind that too sometimes, which I hate to, you know, I mean, you hate to think about that stuff, but I just think that's part of the way the world works a little bit. Let's be honest. But when some of these smaller distillers do get highlighted from these award competitions, I do think it can help. So, all right. Oh my God, is Nancy Fraley here? Nancy, isn't it? Oh, Artfully Bourbon. Oh my goodness. Geez, Jason, please be careful out there. What's up, Nancy? How are you? Love seeing Nancy in the chat. Have you tried the Parker's Heritage Double Barreled Bourbon? Yes, MT Dobbs, one of my favorites when it was released. Was it last year, the year before? Love it. Todd Ritter says, I can keep track the mash and drum. Oh, okay, Todd. Perfect, man. I appreciate you. All right, Todd. Todd Ritter's in it. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to give away this bottle tonight. I just recently picked this bottle up when I was at Augusta. And this is another opportunity for you guys if you've not had a Buffalo Turkey. This is what I'm giving away tonight. I'm giving away this bottle of our Augusta Buckner's 15-year. This was the best single barrel out of the 3 that they had in the bottle shop. There's only a few of these left, so I grabbed it. I was lucky enough to pick 2 of these that I'm going to be getting soon, so I don't need a third. So I'm going to give it away to a lucky winner tonight. So here's the bottle. As you can see right there, 112.5 proof. This is 15 years old, cask strength. Bottle number 9, barrel number 9. And the reason why I wanted that is because it's my number 9 is my birthday. So I grabbed it, but I'm going to give this away tonight to a lucky winner. So throw a super chat in the chat and get your name in the hat. Didn't mean that for that to rhyme, but that's that. And that still rhymed. What's happening? Todd Ritter says, that's a yummy bottle. I got one. So yeah, we're doing it. So any super chat amount, go for it. Get your name in it. Big Vic dropping a $49.99 super chat. This is rigged, but I'm in. And guys, yeah, this is a $300 bottle. So I hope whoever wins it appreciates it. Big Vic, you're good. You good? Are there any other double barrel bourbons out there that are not astringent besides the Parkers? I don't think Fox and Odin's astringent at all. I think it's just deep and rich. And I think Peerless does a great job at their double oaked as well. Just wanted to quickly pop in and say hi. I've been blending the 3rd edition of Still Austin summer release bottled and bond Jimmy Redcorn bourbon. The barrels are turning 6-year-old next month. Nancy Fraley, before you go, I did see a label pop up, and I wanted to ask you about this because this is such good timing. So this popped up in the TTB, and now that Nancy's here, we're going to ask her about it because why not? Because she's here and she's amazing. So Nancy, I saw this pop up. This is the Still Austin limited release. The Order of Nancy, a double oaked yellow corn. Nancy, whatever you could tell us about this, please do, because this sounds delicious. First of all, the yellow corn straight bourbon whiskey from Still Austin. I would love to see what you guys do with the double oak product. Tell us about it. If you can say anything, that would be great. We've got a bunch of people throwing their name in the chat. Appreciate that. Good luck, guys. Definitely throwing my name in the hat. Whiskey cheers. Fuckers 15 here. Thank you for the gift, Brian. I love that Buffalo Turk. How do we win? So basically just do a super chat and we will draw a name randomly. Mark Gillikin, I'm in on the B15. That bottle must be incredible. Buffalo Turkey is on the wish list. All right. Those red corn essays are very good. Yes, they are. Okay, Jason, I could tell you about that, but then I'll have to kill you. Can't say anything just yet. Ah, damn it. Come on, Nancy, you're killing me. That thing sounds amazing. So, all right, Nancy. When you're ready to talk about it, pop in the chat again on another upcoming live stream. Would love to hear your take on it. In fact, if it comes out, send me a sample or something. I would love to have you on and just talk through all the great things you're doing. And by the way, Tanager was ridiculously good. So I hope you saw my review on it. I think it was one of the most impressive bourbons that I tried last year. So yeah, got to set those Greek mythological bottles fly. The horse gobbler bottle. That's right. I'm in. I got 5 on it. Buckyo Train says Rob D. Thank you so much, Rob. All right. I think Order of Nancy stuff is a membership thing at FA, if not mistaken. Yeah. Let's see. Man, I wanted a Tanager. Thank you for the membership. A $5 to lose. Thanks for tracking, Todd, so I don't have to. Cheers. Cheers, brother. Someone's going to enter 100. David Smith says, I'm in. I finally got to try Tanager, like an 80-20 mix of yak and rum. Yeah, it's very fruit forward. Hope to win that juice, but either way, happy to support great content. Appreciate that. Incredible giveaway, Jason. Had to enter. Yeah, I don't do, the giveaways very often. I don't always like to be like, oh, give me all the super chats. But I feel like with this bottle, this is a cool one for you guys to have. Let's see. Hey, Jason, I watch you all the time, so I figured I would throw my name in the hat. Love all your content and your honesty. Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate you, man. All right, go grab some dinner, Nancy. Thanks for chiming in as always. Buffalo Turkey finally sent a super. Never got to try Tanager, but that Murray blend number 4 is drool. Yeah, it is. All right, let's get into this double from High Bank. So High Bank, for those of you that do not know, is a traditionally high rye blend. They use a blend of MGP. It's a high rye mash bill that's blended together to make this. So actually, let me see if he says anything about the blend here. No, that's the High Bank story. Yeah, nothing really. It just says blended. Yeah, blended at High Bank. Distilled in Indiana. Good luck, everybody. Is the Augusta 17-year Buffalo Turkey as well? I don't think so. I think the 17 is Barton, actually. Because unless they had older barrels, but the older barrels that we tried when we were there were 16, not 17. So not really sure. But I think they were Barton. All right. So off the bat, it's a lot of oak and a lot of spice. I wouldn't say it's over oaky. There's definitely a chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate here. It's a big chocolate vibe. Michael Russell, thank you so much, man. God bless you all. Mark Body's in. Oh, man. As this thing opens up, it does get sweeter, and I think the oak is definitely starting to become a little bit more prevalent. Love the content, Jason. Thanks, man. Just tried that Russell's 15 you got there, and it was fire. Yeah, Spencer. It's so good, man. Speaking of that E.H. Taylor barrel proof, do you ever seek these anymore, or are they just upcharged super bad now in your area? Christian, actually, Colonel Taylor barrel proof is, I will give it a try. Thank you so much, Mark. Oh, no. Oh, one more thing, says Nancy. I'll be working on JM Murray Hill Club special release number 5 here very soon. If all goes well and we could procure the barrels I want, it will be a finish that hasn't been done before. Whiskey Blender Fraley dropping nuggets in the chat. See, didn't you guys? Aren't you glad you chimed in tonight? Look at you getting all this info. That's cool. Nancy, I'm just saying, if it's anywhere as good as number 4 or better than number 4, I don't think we can handle it. It's so good. So is any super chat one entry, not one entry every $5? I'm not sure how Todd's doing it. However, Todd sees fit to do it. I mean, if you want to do an entry every $5, you can. That's up to Todd though. Definitely in. Love what you're doing. Keep it up. Looking forward to Drum Key. Oh, me too. Damn, just blend number. Jason, you're the man. I was at over Bruce Russell interview, and he asked my question about the LLME. Yeah, man. I think a lot of people were asking about that. Okay, let's give this one a try, guys. You know what I got to say? Even though it's triple oaked or oaked thrice, as it says, it's not overly done on the oak profile. John Ferrin says, "Cheers, pork chop." Just saying, I wear my M&D t-shirt with pride. Where's my M&D pork chop? I got to make a pork chop shirt. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe I'll make one for Christmas. I'll just do a pork chop on it, and I'll have like the Grinch next to it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something fun with that for the holidays. I'd love to see a double base of Jack 14 in Hardin's Creek 100. Oh, Jacob's Well. That's actually a good call out, JD. Nice to see you, buddy. It's kind of like the nose. The more it opens up, the oakier it gets. The oak is there. Just pulled in for a bottle with some buddies. It was down to GTS 24, Parker's Cognac 14, and Russell's 15. We went with the Parkers. I mean, the Parkers is different, but Russell's 15 and GTS 24. Those are hitters too. High Bank does a double oak perfectly. The mash bill, the oak. I think the blends and flavor as well. Glory Days of Whiskey was slashing some Sam Houston 15 year for 100 apiece. Oh, I miss those Sam Houston 15s. Yeah, good luck, guys. Appreciate it. And again, appreciate thanks to Todd Ritter for tracking. I know it's a lot of names coming in, so hope he's doing all right. Katie Turk is here too. What's up, Katie? Hope you and Ethan are well. You know what? If you told me this was triple oaked, I may not believe you. I mean, based on the color, you would think it's triple oaked. You're very welcome, Kenneth Clark. Good luck, bud. And I don't know. It's just one of those things where I don't feel like you get all the oak until the very back end of the palate. That's where you get the chocolate. That's where you get the heavier oak profile. But being that this is high rye, it's all spice. It's that beautiful rye spice up front. Then you get hit with a little bit sweet right in the mid palate, and then on the finish, you just get hit with all that oak, chocolate, a little bit of a tannic type of finish as well. It's not drying, but that's where you feel that thrice oaked. I guess that influence is right on the back of the palate. So, yeah, pork chop and applesauce. Cheers, Jason. Keep the fire content coming for the Utes. I'm trying, man. Paul P. Best time of the year for sports, March Madness, and then Masters Week and Augusta giveaway seems fitting. Yeah, love your chemistry with the Bourbon Hunters podcast. Thanks for the stream, says Kirk Hanselman. Yeah, we actually just recorded yesterday. Love those guys. This collab thing would be absolutely huge if distillers would see the hype around Buffalo Turkey, Bard's Beam, or 4 Penelope's next. What's up, Prozac? Hey, EMC is here. What's going on, EMC? Nice to see you as always. Just poured some straight from the barrel. Power finally came on after being off for 5 hours. Was getting a little chilly. I hope you're doing okay, Prozac. Glad you got something to help you warm up. How is that whiskey war compared to the ASW Georgia Hardwood? This is triple oaked also. The ASW Georgia Hardwood is way more intense, William, compared to this. This is a little bit, even though it's triple oaked, it's not as, I don't think it's as in your face as I thought it would be. It's actually kind of delicate. So I'm not really sure. I'd be curious to ask Adam like how much he actually oaked it. So we'll see. It's been a while since I've won, but happy to support Jason. Thanks so much, Roger Reese. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to let that sit a little bit. I'm going to let that cook for a little bit and see what happens. All right. So I have another sample I want to get into here that Buzzard's Roost sent me. And honestly, I don't know. You guys let me know in the chat. What do you think about Buzzard Roost? Do you think Buzzard Roost is one of those brands that you just kind of always walk by the shelf? Is it the price? Is it just more MGP to you? Because it's a lot more than just MGP, what they're doing with the barrels, the science behind it, everything that they're doing. It's great. Todd Ritter, I'm caught up for now. All right. Well, JR just hit you with another one. I think what Buzzard Roost is doing is actually really incredible. Again, I think it's another one of those under the radar bourbon brands that people aren't paying enough attention to. This is a new release that's coming out. And of course, I feel like it's the year where I felt like last year was the year of the rye. This year is the year of French oak. There's French oak dropping everywhere. Thanks for your content. If you had to choose between GTS, any vintage, and Russell Reserve 15 having a definite supply of, which would you pick and why? It would definitely be Russell Reserve 15, only because, I mean, it's a great question, by the way, but it's really just because Wild Turkey is my favorite distillery. I have that connection with them for whatever reason it is, that they're my favorite distillery. As good as GTS is, the only thing that would maybe make me think twice about just choosing GTS is if the one I had endless supply of was that GTS Hazmat that released a bunch of years ago. That one might make me change my mind. When I looked at their bottle at the store, I last thought the juice was a bit young, says Jordan Knotts. Okay. I've never had a Buzzard, but I saw the People in Bruzel video and it sounded good. I'd love to compare 22 GTS. Buzzard Roost Cigar Rye is going to be missed. Killed it last week. Which one of those Russell Reserves do you prefer? 1513 or the single Rick? Is it bad I like the Russell's Reserve 13 the best? No, it's not bad, Mike Stuff. GT Mustang, you're the best out there. Love what you do. The Master and Drum got me to Bourbon 5 years ago. Oh, I appreciate that, Mustang. Jason P, thank you. And appreciate all the honest reviews. Thank you so much. Heaven Hill 17 or Russell's 15 are probably the two front runners tonight. I would think so. I think that I kind of get in that. I'd probably get in that wheelhouse too. Danny Lopez. Wow, you're really doing it, Jason. What am I doing? Is the giveaway anything like Coy Hill? If so, I need it. No, it's not as dark as Coy Hill. Remember, the Buffalo Turkey stuff can be very fruit forward, a little bit brighter. Coy Hill is a maple syrup molasses bomb. Buffalo Turkey is a little bit more of oak refined with a lot of powdered sugar, confectioner sugar. You have a lot of fruit flavors. It could be cherry. Some of them that we had was almost like a mango type of flavor on it. So I think it's a little bit of a different animal than, remember, it's essentially Buffalo Trace. So you're not going to get those crazy, crazy rich, deep, dark oak flavors. You just don't get that a lot from Buffalo Trace across the board. So just a different animal than the single Rick. What's up, Hooper? So this is their straight bourbon whiskey finished with toasted French oak. Toasted French oak, not just regular French oak, toasted French oak. So this is weird because I'm kind of over the toasted thing, but I love French oak. So let's see what happens here. This is being bottled at 100 proof, and I was just really curious to try this with you guys. So, best of the best over the last 5 years. Yeah, we're doing it, Danny. I think you were one of the ones that suggested it. So, JR here, Jason, wish me luck. Good luck, guys. Whiskey Nose, looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue. You did. Toasted, says Bougie. Turcolo Trace, great rich cherry on our picks. Yes, you get a lot of cherry in some of them, for sure. The one that we picked that was hazmat or almost hazmat has a ton of like black cherry in it. It is so stupid good. All right, so let's get into this one here. Chat, what's the best whiskey since 2018, says Rob D. That's a crazy question. You're going to get a million answers, Rob. What do you think is the best top 5 the last 5 years or so? Last year seems hard to beat. Yeah, last year was a crazy year. There were so many good whiskeys, and it started off slow, and then it got better and better as kind of the big releases came out. I remember 2019 being kind of tough. Was it 2019 or 2020? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, man. There's been some good years, man. When I was going back and looking at some of those videos, it's just crazy just looking at the pricing too, just how that has evolved. And how those crazy releases just got higher and higher. It's nuts. Calling it now JD14 whiskey of the year. Yeah, don't sleep on the Beyonce whiskey. Jason, is the Parker's Heritage Double Barrel Blend in the competition tonight? That is a banger. It's not tonight. It was never my top whiskey of the year, but it was up there. It was up there. The year it came out, it was definitely a top 5, I think. GTS 24 or Russell Reserve 15. That was my 1 and 2 last year. and Russell's Reserve 15 just eked it out just based on the finish, and that's really what happened. But I think GTS 24 had it a little bit more on the palate as far as like punch of flavor, but the finish was won out by the Russell Reserve 15. All right, so on the nose here, going back to whoever said it's a little bit youthy, I think I get that on here. It's also a little bit, I get a lot of the toasted aspects of this. So there's a lot of marshmallow here. Mike Frattini, great podcast, Jason. Thanks, Forrest. Your hard work. You're very welcome. The buffalo turkey stuff has been hit or miss for me. I've had some that were great and some that were pretty underwhelming and uninteresting. Yeah, Kyle, and that's kind of the whole sneaky thing of it. There's a lot of flat barrels out there that are just okay. But if you have someone that you know that you trust their palate that's actually going out there and looking for really good barrels, you could find some incredible ones. So yeah, this was one of 3 barrels that they had at the gift shop at Augusta, and we tried 2 of them. I thought those were flat, but this one actually stood out. This was my favorite easily. There was one that was a higher proof than this, and the higher proof one was all proof and not a lot of depth. This one had the depth and also had a lot of flavor, so that's why I picked this one out. Vic said I need to enter. Cheers, Jason. All right, Ed, good luck, man. Yeah, I think for the most part they are a try before you buy. Luckily, Augusta did let us try these before we bought it, so that's why I grabbed that one. So when I'm saying that this was the best of the 3, you can believe it. Yeah, Blue Run too. Blue Run is gone. We don't know what happened to Blue Run. Blue ran. They should just call it Blue ran. Blue ran away. We don't know where it happened to Blue Run. Wow, it's so spicy and minty. This is going to sound weird. It almost hit like an Altoid. Like all of a sudden, I got like this coolness, like this cold. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if I'm crazy about that one. Oh, second sip was better. Maybe it's just because I was coming off of water. Oh, okay. Second sip. Still very minty. It's minty. It's bright. That marshmallow note in here is very, very vibrant. It is bright. It's not toasted marshmallow. It is like straight up sugary marshmallow. But then the French oak kicks in. You get a little bit of like a mint chocolate chip note. There's like a minty chocolate note and a bunch of spice on the back end of it. This one's kind of, yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to catch a live stream. Love the show. My daughter is with me watching her first one ever. Keep it up. Cheers. Mr. Mushnick. Well, I don't know what your daughter's name is, but we'll call her Little Mushnick for now. How you doing, Little Mushnick? Thanks for watching with your dad. Jason is there. Way to know if in Augusta is buffalo turkey. A local store has it. Tim, generally, if it's 15 years, they're going to be buffalo turkey. That's basically what it is. The 10-year stuff that's out there, from what I understand, is Jim Beam. The 8-year-old Route 8 stuff is, I believe, is Barton. Their 17-year stuff, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if that's still Barton or if it's other stuff. But that's generally what I've seen from them. I'm waiting for that beacon too, man. We have 459 in the chat, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Again, hit that like button while you're hanging out. Appreciate it. Yeah, this one isn't my favorite from Buzzard Roost. I don't know. I feel like it's just missing. It's missing a darkness to it that I love to find in French oak. I think it got the spice from the French oak, but it's missing the chocolate. It's missing the depth of flavor that I like finding in French oak. It's a little bit too bright, and I think the French oak is giving it like almost like a sprightly, minty type of experience. It's weird. Like I don't know. I'm not feeling that one. It's kind of back and forth. I will say it's got a nice sneaky long finish on it, but even the toasted note, like I was wishing it was going to be more of those sweet flavors you get in the toast to kind of combine with the French oak. I don't know if it was a quick, toast on it, what they did with it, but I just feel like it's lacking some depth. Oh, Adam Hinson's got the Driftless Glen Fruity Pebbles. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go back to the double oaked from High Bank. Oh, it's getting better. The more this sits out, guys. Now that was a neck pour, so oh yeah. Now the oak is heavy. Coming off the Buzzard Roost, now you get all the oak. The oak is there. It's definitely, I'm not going to say it's licking the tree strong oak, but it's oaky. And it still holds the chocolate a bit. It's got the spice, but it actually has a little hint of it's also got a little bit of a licorice note in it. A little bit of a, not like the nasty black licorice, more of a sweet licorice. Roasted fennel, star anise, however we want to kind of, those earthy, almost licoricey type of flavor profiles is there to be found in this thrice oaked High Bank for sure. Yeah, that definitely just needed some time to open up a little bit. All right. It's time to try the Oakley. That's right. We're getting into the Oakley. Before we do that, let's go through a little bit of a news story here. So let me open this up. This is pretty crazy. Oakley B3, 134 proof. What's wrong with black liquor? I know I'm not a big black licorice fan. I know people can be a little bit averse to it, but having aversion to it kind of. I have a weird thing with black licorice because my grandparents had people over. Oh my God. And they had a lot of people over, all the time growing up. A lot of it, Italian meals, get-togethers. They're singing at the table, drunk on Sambuca. And Sambuca and Anisette just like haunted my dreams. Anytime they opened it and they poured it in their coffee, I just hated that smell. So it just brings me back to that, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like half good, half bad, because half of it is like, it brings me back to a childhood place. But at the same time, it's like, that black licorice note. So yeah. Sunglasses getting into whiskey. Black licorice is so good, says Kenneth Clark. Is it going to send you down a multi-$1,000 rabbit hole like it did to Cam? No, I'm not paying thousands of dollars for this. I'm not gonna do it. If I had a chance to get one for $1,000, maybe I would. Maybe, being it's that good. It's just nice to have one in the collection, but I wouldn't be paying. These are going for over 2,000, 2.9, 2.8. I've seen these. I wouldn't pay that. That's crazy. So, oh man, I'm going to let that open up. And while we're doing that, because we're going to taste this, we're going to go through all the tasting notes. And then from there, we're going to get into this crazy blind tasting tonight. I want to take a little bit more time with this because it is some pretty awesome selections here. Now, if you guys haven't yet, in the top of the chat, there is a poll. We have 425 votes, and I think there's more coming in here. It keeps switching. Right now, Jack Daniel's 14 is the leader on the clubhouse at 30. It's teetering on 37 and 38%. Second place is George T. Stagg, 2024, 26%. So it looks like Jack Daniel's 14 is going to be the last little entry into it. So that's cool. Yeah, guys, I'm right on the cusp of 97,000 subscribers, or is it 98? I can't remember. 97. So we're getting close. I'm hoping this new series with the Chasing Allocated Bourbon Sucks gets me quickly to the top. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's see. Let's go with this here. So first and foremost, guys, I don't know if you know, but the Kentucky Bourbon Festival tickets are already on sale. So they announced the tickets for the 2025 festival was on sale on April 17th with early access on April 16th. The festival will offer multiple ticket tiers from bourbon taster general admission weekend passes to premium VIP experiences. This happens September 5th to the 7th in Bardstown, Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world. The festival brings bourbon enthusiasts from all over the globe to celebrate the spirited history and craft of bourbon during National Bourbon Heritage Month. So this is the 5th year since the complete revisioning of the event. And let's see, 85% of ticketed guests visit from outside of Kentucky, and the event continues to serve as an important tourism and economic engine for the entire region. So if you guys have not gotten your tickets yet, they are on sale now. Not really sure what's left. If the VIP tickets are left, these tickets tend to go pretty quick. So, but if you're looking for it, they are out there. So, okay, let's get back to this one and let's get into this release. Old Forester released their first bottled in bond rye whiskey. Again, the 117 series. On Tuesday, Old Forester released its first ever bottled in bond rye, the latest addition to its 117 series. The limited edition whiskey is available as of Tuesday as the Old Forester Distillery retail shop and select Kentucky retailers. This small batch rye was distilled in the spring of 2015 and bottled at 100 proof in accordance with the Bottle and Bond Act of 1897. So the 117 series launched in 2021 as a way for Old Forester to showcase limited edition expressions. It retails for $65 per 375 milliliter bottle and available online, which already sold out. These are already gone. I'm already seeing these on secondary, which is crazy. It says a lot of candied lemon, spice forward palate, oak, black pepper, dry finish with citrus and coriander. And there you go. I don't know if did anybody in the chat, was anybody able to grab one of these? I'm just curious. WT12 in the glass tonight. What's up, Darren? Cheers, man. This climb to 100K has been brutal, taking long than explaining how to use a computer to your grandma. Shut up, Dustin. Oh, man. Let's see. I could have, but it didn't. I could have, but it didn't move me to be honest. Whiskey Only Fans is coming. Jason already asking us to look at his poll. Shake my head. Oh, man. No love for the Michter's 23. I say, yeah, nobody's voting for it. Snag the 177, right? Oh, you did get it, Nathan? So again, it just shows my frustration with Old Forester. Like, you want Angry Jason to come out? I mean, I'm not going to get angry, but I just think it's bullshit that everything that Old Forester puts out is distillery only or only available in Kentucky. And then they make it available online, but it's only available to ship to like freaking 5 states, and it sells out in 5 minutes. It sucks. I don't know. The only we've gotten, the 1924 is the only new thing we've gotten since 1910. That was years ago. 1924, nobody's really crazy about. But anything interesting that's new that comes out from Old Forester is a distillery only. I keep harping on it, but it's annoying. I'm sorry. I think Old Forester needs to kind of take the Jack Daniels approach, where they kind of release their distiller series, like the Barrel Proof Rye. They got that out in the market, and then they saw how well it did, how popular it got, and then they released it to the masses. We don't see Old Forester doing any of that. It's just very frustrating, because they have really good stuff. The President's Choice never makes it out of the distillery. The 117 series never makes it out of the distillery. The only other special release that makes it out of the distillery is the damn birthday bourbon, but those are always hard to get, and people upcharge that hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars. It just sucks. It's annoying. It's like, I'm bored. I'm bored with Old Forester and a lot of the stuff that they're putting out. It's cool that you're putting out some of this great 117 series stuff, but if nobody can get it, who cares? I don't know. Put it out there. Let's get more of this interesting stuff out to them. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I think it just frustrates me because, some of the 117 series have been really good, and they only make it in the 375s, and there's just nothing else out there. And it's just, I don't know. I understand they have such a good core lineup of bourbons. I mean, I get it. You know, you have your 100 proof, the signature. You have your 86 proof, which is kind of a bar staple. You have the Whiskey Row series, which obviously does great. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating. You read about all these great releases. Oh, actually scratch that, because the other release that we got was the Old Forester Barrel Proof Rise. And those release very few and far between. But I understand that. That was the first time they've introduced a new mash bill in, I think, like a century when they released that. So I get that part. They may not have a lot of stocks of that, but now they're releasing a 10-year 117 rye, and most people aren't going to get a chance to taste it. So it's just, I don't know. I'm not really sure with that model why they're going that direction where everything is distillery only, because honestly, all those bottles just end up on secondary. Everybody that finds out that's local to Kentucky, they just go there, buy them all up, and then they're on secondary within seconds. And that's who gets them. And then, you know, anybody that wants to get them always has to overpay. Just kind of sucks. The sucky model. I don't like it. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to make some Kentucky friends, basically. So Whiskey Row series is ghosted on PA shelves. Yeah. All right, let me go to Oakley here. Oakley Spirits. I don't know if they have. Oh my God, this website is so effing bad. Is this for? Was this for 3? I don't even know what batch this is that they're showing up here. Maybe it is 3. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. I'm just looking at the terrible website. All right, let me see what else we got here in the news. For those of you, I don't know if you guys heard about this. This is pretty cool. So a guy, this is about, let me see. Oh yeah, here it is. Man stumbles upon Prohibition-era bottles of whiskey while walking a dog on the beach. A man walking his dog on a New Jersey beach discovered 11 bottles of whiskey that appear to have been buried there during Prohibition. The man, who has been identified as Austin Contigiacomo, man, that is quite the Italian name, 28 years old, first posted his findings on Reddit in an effort to determine how old they were and what their value may be. The bottles were embossed with the words Lincoln Inn, with a depiction of a man on a horse. Lincoln Inn was produced by a company that later became the Canadian whiskey brand Seagram's, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer. According to the Inquirer, bootleggers would ferry whiskey bottles from Canada to the U.S., and New Jersey was a popular destination due to its proximity to big cities like New Jersey and Philadelphia and relatively unpopulated ports. It would have been an illegal operation where someone had to move it really quickly, he said. When you're moving whiskey in bulk packages like that, people tend to keep pretty good track of it. I'd rather share them with those guys that can keep 11 of them in my garage, he told the Inquirer. Would the whiskey be any good after all this time? They're not so sure. They wouldn't have a lot of hope that the particular set of bottles would taste very good. Those are not prime storage conditions under sand. Then again, he added, maybe that turns out to be a great place to store whiskey. The cloudier bottles of the bunch, though, we're not so sure about. So as you could see in the picture, there are some cloudy bottles in there. I'm not really sure exactly how that stuff is going to taste, but a pretty cool story nonetheless. I think that was pretty cool to kind of read that and see somebody not just stumbling upon some Prohibition whiskey stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Garrison Brothers. Garrison Brothers is releasing a crazy whiskey, and there's the photo of it. So Garrison Brothers is releasing the delicious cognac finish honey-infused whiskey. Texas's first legal bourbon distillery, Garrison Brothers, unveiled the 2025 edition of Lady Bird, a honey-infused cognac finished bourbon. The distillery will sell their first 1,000 bottles at its location on a first-come, first-served basis starting at 8 a.m. on April 5th. Oh, this happened. Oh, no, this is yet to happen. So this is happening on April 5th. The limited edition flavored bourbon, first introduced in 2023, is named after Lady Bird Johnson, the wife of former U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson, and supports the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center in Austin. For every bottle sold, Garrison Brothers will donate $5 to the nonprofit. So far, they've raised over $67,000 for the organization. Let's see, it's first aged 4 years in American oak. It's then infused with Burleson's Texas wildflower honey for 8 to 9 months before being matured an additional 3 years in French cognac XO casks. It's bottled at 114 proof and it's sealed with prairie purple wax, $180. So if you guys like that stuff, let me know. Anybody here try last year's version? Just curious. Let me know in the chat. And then lastly, we showed you there's only 2 more labels to show you. We did talk about the Order of Nancy double oaked yellow corn whiskey. She couldn't tell us anything about it quite yet, but that sounds pretty delicious. I know you have to be a member to get that. But 1792 Barton, owned by Sazerac, has been releasing a lot of these finished whiskey labels lately. I think we saw a cognac one, but it looks like they are dropping a Zinfandel cask finish. And we also have a rum cask finish. So 1792 now, kind of getting away from the Thomas S. More bottles that were finished. And now they're applying some different finishes to the 1792 lineup of whiskeys. So interesting shift here. I feel like the Thomas S. More didn't really do well. I don't really see them on shelves at all anymore. I'm not even sure if that brand is still around anymore. It might still be. I just don't see it very often. I think they were delisted here in Ohio. I don't even see them on the shelves at all. But now we're seeing these finishes being extended, no pun intended, to this 1792 extended cask finish series. So it looks like these now, being 1792, you would expect these to be lower price than the Thomas S. Moores, which I think were about $110 for those bottles. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. To me, this might be too little, too late. But at the same time, there's a curiosity when you see 1792 with these different finishes, because you never know. It could absolutely be delicious. I mean, that port finish one that they released years ago, you still see on secondary for hundreds of dollars because it's really the only finish that they've really done. So now we're starting to get more. Now we have a cognac, a Zinfandel, and now a rum finish. So it'll be interesting to see how these evolve over time, when these hit the market, what the price point will be. I don't know. Are you guys in on these? Is the Thomas S. More any good? I don't really remember liking any of them. They were okay. They were all right. I really want the story on the bourbon and the Thomas S. More bottles. That was rot gut bourbon. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happens. Extended finish. Yeah, basically extending the finish into the finished barrels. Yeah, it was pretty bad. The Thomas S. More. I remember there was a white wine one in there that was undrinkable. Oh, Sean Holdcrave says I already want them all. Mauricio Pastene says next. That's really it. Yeah, JG, we talked about the Old Forester. Thomas S. More flop. So 1792 extended cask could fly. Just kidding. It'll also flop. We'll see. I don't know. Again, it just seems like a little too late. I mean, how many rum finishes and cognac finishes and sherry finishes have we seen from other brands? And all of a sudden 1792 is like, oh, we should do that too. I don't know. If it's done well, I mean, it could be like a cult classic. You never know. But if it just ends up being middle of the pack, like a lot of these other finishes do, then I don't know what 1792 does next, unfortunately. So, all right, let's get into this Oakley. I'm gonna need some water here. Now, again, I have not tried the Oakley yet. I've had the Watch Hill proper, but not the Oakley. So, yeah, I think we're gonna get to do a blend there, Ken. So we'll see. 1792 finish in Marsala cooking wine barrels. Who do you like in March Madness? The March Madness tourney? My St. Johnny's, baby. I don't think they're gonna win the whole thing, but I tell you what, I think Michigan State has a good opportunity to maybe make some noise, maybe knock out a number 1 seed. Houston, I think, might be the most vulnerable number 1 seed. I know everyone's kind of picking Duke right now, but I mean, you never know. Don't sleep on UConn either. I mean, I know UConn's not as good, but UConn has that experience. So, oh, Creighton. Creighton's actually Creighton. We just beat Creighton. Prozac. St. John's just killed Creighton. All right, let's get into this. Oh, man, it smells fantastic. So for those of you that don't know what's in these Oakley barrels, this is 20-year cast strength Heaven Hill. So that's what's in these $1,000 Oakley bottles that released on their terrible website. Oh man, it's so dark. The oak presence is absolutely immediate. It's profound. It's the first thing you notice, but then you start getting this really rich dark fruit note in it. I'm almost getting like a blackberry blueberry combination. Oh my gosh. Jason, the question is, when is Maker's Mark going to give us something other than wood staves? Captain Ice, are you triggering me? Don't get me started on that thing, because I'm gonna just gonna. I've been saying for like since last year, do something different, Makers. It really just is the best combination of chocolate, dark fruit. Oh man, I almost get like this. Oh, this is those dark chocolate covered blueberries that you get. What's that brand that makes that thing? There's a brand that has dark chocolate covered blueberries. That's what this smells like. Duke sucks because they're winners. Yeah, basically. I mean, there's to quote my good friend Ron Burgundy, leather-bound books. There's definitely like an old school type of Rick House, dusty library type of note to this. Yeah, it's so inviting. All right, let's give it a try. Here we go, guys. Oh, holy crap. Oh yeah, the Brooksides. Brooksides? I think it's Brooksides. Watchmakers Mark, come on, give us a rum finished bourbon and be like, see, we did something different. I can see that, Kyle. Jared Engset, let's go. Who would have thought we'd all care so much about brown water? There you go. Thank you so much, man. Old man Calori been ranting on wood staves on his lawn for years. That's right. And I'm still going to be ranting about it. When I'm 85 years old and I'm sitting on my porch eating prosciutto and gabagool with my cane, my cane's going to have a horsey top on it just to be an asshole. Going to be sitting on my porch yelling at all the neighbors. Are you still drinking, Maker's Mark? Tell them to do something different. They're going to still have freaking staves in like 30 years. Still running the French oak, still running. They're going to bring back the mocha stave when I'm like 75. We're doing something different. We're bringing back the mocha stave. Thanks, Makers. Appreciate you. Oh, golly, this is good. I mean, it's just all molasses, oak, chocolate, dark fruit. The finish goes on for days. This is really incredible stuff. But I got to say, I don't know. Give me 1 second here. Oh, it's a good night. It's a good night. It's a glorious night. Yep, this cork sucks. Batch 11, Elijah Craig, 12-year pirate bottle. This is the 139, 139.4 proof. I tell you what, that Elijah Craig pirate bottle, it doesn't carry the oak and the depth that the Oakley has. I think the Oakley has a little bit more of a deeper, richer palate when it comes to the layers of flavor. Again, when you're talking leather, molasses, dark berry, getting into a little bit of a, oh man. I feel like I expected a little bit more on the finish of that one. The finish does go on for, well, I don't know, the finish is going. Never mind. It's kind of a late finish that you get on the Oakley, and it just kind of continues on. A lot of spice. That age just hangs on. It's fantastic. There's no way around it. I mean, you got to pay to get it. I mean, you're gonna have to pay $1,000 or now probably over that for one that has it, but it's special. It's special bourbon for sure. Oakley first place for marketing. Yeah, no, I would probably give Oakley last place for marketing, but maybe first place for hype, because once these started getting around and people started realizing what it was, yeah. I feel like what Oakley did is they realized, oh, we're going to get these Heaven Hill 20-year barrels, and we have to sell these quick to make a profit. Let's just get a website up. So they just made some AI bullshit template website that has nothing to do with whiskey, just to have something e-commerce wise to sell the bottles, because they knew the bottles would sell, and they did. Adam, Shell, and Jason, when's the event? I need dates. We don't have dates yet, Adam, because of the we haven't talked enough with Heaven Hill yet. I'll tell you what, though, that Elijah Craig pirate bottle, there's attributes to it that can hang with the Oakley, but the Oakley just has more depth, more layers of flavor. The Oakley is incredible. There's no way around it. It's really, really good. It's that dark fruit note that sells me. You don't get that a lot on Heaven Hill, because I mean the 17-year you do, but until you get into those upper echelon of ages for Heaven Hill, you realize how much in depth of flavor these Heaven Hills can get. And at 20 years with this much proof, this much complexity, it's a very special bourbon. I think I do like the Watch Hill proper over this one, from what I remember, Nathan, if I remember correctly. This one is really, really, I mean, there's no loser there. They're both fantastic. But I do think the Watch Hill proper one had a little bit more going on than this one does. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that to the side. I'm gonna remember that's in my Sagamore glass, because I'm gonna want to finish that later. But yeah, why not have some pirate bottle? Okay, it's time for our blind. Oh man, I didn't pour. I did. Shit. Okay. So I had a glass set aside here to put the Jack 14 in. But I'm gonna have to switch it. Where's a plain one here? I'll do this one. All right, so I'm just gonna put that one in the mix. Since Jack 14 won the poll, I'm gonna add the Jack 14 to the mix here. And we're gonna see what wins out. All right, so Ross M, how does the Oakley compare to the H817? We'll find out here once I don't want to pour more of the H817 because I'm about to have it in this blind. So we'll compare it as we get to it. Jason, thanks for the great content. ER17, Michael Jordan, GTS, WHL Handy, FU Dave. Guy who puts Michael Jordan in there. All right, so these are all mixed in. We're just going to kind of mix in the JD14 with the rest here. And we will get into this blind. So for those of you that do not know what I have in here, so the last, what we're doing here tonight is doing a blind of my top rated bourbon, or my bourbon of the year from 2018 until now. Now, the only whiskey I do not have from that time frame is one of the Four Roses LEs. That's why we're replacing it with Jack Daniel's 14, just to see how it does, just to see how it factors in. So the list is as follows. In 2018, it was the Colonel E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof 129.7. That was my bourbon of the year. 2019 was the Four Roses LE 2019. And I believe that's the one that's missing. Yeah, the 2019 Four Roses LE is the one that's missing from this. I just didn't. Me and my mom killed that bottle a long time ago. So that one's gone. So we're replacing it with the Jack Daniels. The 2020 Old Carter Bourbon Batch 5. So the old school Batch 5, high corn mash bill. That one is, oh, what's happening? Battery exhausted. Well, that's not good. The battery's plugged in. All right, hold on, guys. Oh, gotta love the. All right, we're gonna have to switch it up here because my camera died apparently. I don't understand. I thought it was full battery here. Let me do that. All right, we could still use this one. You guys could see everything. All right, backup camera engaged. Get that battery a cocktail. Tell it to relax. All right, we still look good on this camera. We can run with this one. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah, the battery's exhausted. Apparently, it was working out too much. We'll take care of that later. But I'm glad I still have a backup camera ready to go. I have this camera here too, which is the bottle cam. But well, if actually I turn the bottle cam here. Oh, this will show you the samples. Check this out. Will this actually? Oh no, because it's not on the Black Magic. That's right. Never mind. I would have to switch to the Black Magic cam. Never mind. Batter's asking for a drink. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So as I was saying, we have the 2021 Four Roses LE, the 2022 Heaven Hill 17 year. That's the big box, the Heritage Collection, which a lot of people love that one. 2023 was Russell's Single Rickhouse, Camp Nelson F, and then the 2024 was the Russell's 15. So back-to-back years for Wild Turkey, and now here we are. So Jason went from his house to his mom's basement. Let me plug this camera in here and see if I can get it back up and running. Yeah, I'm getting up a lot. How haven't I fallen yet? Let me see if that's okay. That's charging. All right. All right. So I turned the camera off for now. I'm going to let it charge a bit. Quick top 5 Italian sandwich meats. I was in Italy in September. Florence, Como bologna, and mortadella reign supreme. Oh, mortadella. Yeah, there's a word death is in it for a reason. JD 14 wins. We have, says Casey House. Okay. So that is what's in this blind, and we're about to break this down. Again, guys, if you haven't dropped a super chat yet tonight, we are giving away this Augusta Buckner's 15-year Buffalo Turkey. That's right. If you haven't any Buffalo Turkey yet, there it is. We have 508 people in the chat watching, guys. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button below. Appreciate it. All right. This is going to be fun. All right. So in the meantime, as always, as I love going through these different blind tastings with you guys, if you have any questions, put them in the chat, and I'll try to answer your questions as we can. How hath he not fallen after thrice oak on this fortnight? Justin Jenkins. Justin, have you been watching reruns of have you been watching The Princess Bride? What are you watching? Game of Thrones? What are you doing? First one, the nose is just, all these are going to be incredible. Thanks so much, Wayne Arnold. It'll be interesting to see how these compare, noses and then palate. We'll get in here for the new battery fun. Oh, number 2. The nose on number 2 just told number 1 to go home. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's stupid. Top 5 Italian sandwich meats. Gabagool, 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 and gabagool. I would say prosciutto would probably be my number 1 because you know what? Like if I had to eat a sandwich just like the rest of my life forever, it would be prosciutto, fresh mozzarella, basil, hot peppers, lettuce, tomato, balsamic vinegar and oil, pepper, oregano on a hero, on a semolina hero. That would be my go-to. Brad Tannick is here. Velveeta and I had a great time with everyone in Bardstown. Brad Tannick, what's up, Velveeta? Hope she's watching. Nice to see her. Just so you guys know what that means, Brad Tannick's wife's name is Vita, and I was just calling her Velveeta for some reason. Thought that was kind of cute. So there you go. You stacking an inch of prosciutto? Oh, Aaron C. Yeah, you know it. It's all prosciutto. You got a little bit of mozzarella there to kind of keep it together, and then the rest is just all those toppings. That's what you got to do. The nose on number 2 is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Let's go to number 3. What backup bottle you are holding on to the tightest? Oh, the backup. That's a great question, 96 milli man. Backup bottle. Oh, I know what it is. I can tell you right now. The Bardstown Bourbon Company, Chateau de la Baude, release number 1, which is the MGP 12-year finish in Armagnac barrels. We'll never see that whiskey again, and that's my number 1 backup that I probably will not open. I mean, I could say Cheesy Gold Foil and maybe a couple of the other ones, but those are still around. Those are still out there. That Bardstown Chateau de la Baude, I don't think we'll ever see that again. Splash of balsamic vinegar and salt, such a gangster move. Thank me later. Oh yeah, I think my other grandma used to do that. How bad is release 2? For the Chateau de la Baude? Yeah, it's not great. Just wasn't even close. Yeah, Cheesy Gold Foil will probably be there too, but that Chateau de la Baude we'll never see that again. Like I could go to a couple of antique bottle shops and find more Cheesy Gold Foil if I wanted to. That Chateau de la Baude is gone. We'll never see that release again. So that's why. Have a Wild Turkey Diamond that was in my grandfather. Oh wow, the third one is all chocolate. Chocolate and molasses. Oh wow. Okay. This nose is giving 2 a run for its money. Oh, that smells fantastic. Man, let me go back to 1. 1 is very fruit forward. This one is almost peachy, apple, a lot of cinnamon on number 1. Number 2 has more depth with the dark fruit. What does CGF go for? Right now, it's about, depending on the year, anywhere from 13 to 1500. Okay. Let me go to number 4. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely like Soprasata. That's one of my favorites. Supasada as you call it. I love Soprasata. Um, I love Capicola and I love prosciutto. Those are definitely my top 3. Whiskey Habit. I literally just passed the Chateau de la Baude today. Yeah, but it was probably batch 2 Whiskey Habit. You're not missing anything. Burrata is the most overrated cheese gaining hype at the moment. Fresh mutts all day, baby. Man, this one's interesting. This one's not as This one's definitely sweeter too. Definitely doesn't have the depth that 2 and 3 have. All right, let's go to number 5. Oh, number 5, talk to me. Cherry pie all day long, number 5. Cherry pie, burnt crust, oak. I'm guessing this is one of the turkeys, but we'll see. What is the oldest bottle you own? Says David Paris. I have 1 pre-prohibition bottle. That's the oldest bottle I own. I have 1. That's the only one I own. So yeah. I kind of stopped getting into all the dusties and stuff. I just couldn't afford it anymore. If it was like, now that I'm trying to get into my own bourbon brand here, my own whiskey brand, all my money now is really focused on that. So the buying had to obviously calm down quite a bit. But if this was like 3 years ago when I had no semblance of starting my own brand and YouTube was going very well, I probably would still be buying a lot of the dusties that are out there. But I had to kind of stop. Have you had the Buckner's 15? Says David Gibbs. Yeah, man, we're giving one away tonight. We are giving one away. Let me go to number. What was this? Number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 6. Jesus. Good nose here too. I still think I like, man. If I had to rate noses so far, number 6 is similar to 5, but a little bit lighter. This one's definitely more sweet. It's got more confectioner sugar on it, a little bit more citrus. It's not as bold. Hey, Jason, I'd like to learn more about the history of national distillers and their brands. Is there a good book you recommend? For national distillers, I'm trying to think of books that actually get into national distillers, like, in a hefty history vibe. Yeah, it wouldn't be Bourbon Curious. Um, Weirdo Beardo, just drop a super chat in the chat. Jason, that's the progression, right? Get into whiskey, buy all the whiskey, start a whiskey channel, start a whiskey brand. That seems to be the progression right now, for sure. Yeah, Dree Harnish and for what's his name? Damn it. I can hold on a second. I mean, two great, I could give you two great sources online if you want to read about. I'm not sure about a book, but online, Michael Veach and Chuck Cowdery. So Michael Veach and Chuck Cowdery, they both have websites where they get into a lot of the history, like the really in-depth history of a lot of these old distillers. I would highly recommend reading everything that they have. Because they will give you kind of the nuts and bolts of it. Like national distillers went through so much turmoil and then back on. It's a crazy story. I highly recommend all of that. Those would be the two I would recommend reading, and you could find those articles online. But as far as let's see, another author I like to read from besides Fred Minnick is, and I don't know why his name's escaping me. It is damn small text. Clay Risen. Clay Risen is also a great American spirits author. I would look for books from Clay Risen as well, see if they have anything. But Chuck Cowdery and Michael Veach online, amazing resources. That's where I read a lot of my content and get a lot of the stuff that's in my brain from them as well. So, all right, let's go to the last one here. Yeah, Brian Harrer has some cool history stuff as well. All right, last one here. Wow, very, very sweet. Very, very sweet here. Probably the least exciting out of all the noses. Cheers, Jason. Got my money on Russell's Reserve 15 tonight. All right, well, we're going to see what happens here. All right, so if I'm keeping score here, just based on what I'm tasting here, I think B might win on the nose. C is close. D as well. E. And then I feel like A, F, and G kind of fall behind in the nose category, but B, C, D, and E, all those in a row are absolute monsters on the nose. But you can't win just on the nose alone, so it's time to taste. Let's get through these here and let's see what we get. This will be exciting. Thanks for all you do for the whiskey community and our group, says Captain Ice. Appreciate you, man. What's up, the Whiskey Saint? Oh yeah, Blend Finals. Thank you so much for reminding me. So a little bit of a date change on here for the Blend Finals, but I did make a graphic here. This is what we got, guys. It's been confirmed. The Blend Finals Whiskey Challenge will be happening April 9th. That's right, April 9th, Wednesday night, with guest judges confirmed. Fred Minnick and Matt Porter, ADHD Whiskey, are back, which is going to be an incredibly fun night. A huge bourbon fundraiser for Nationwide Children's Hospital to boot. So, guys, get ready. Mark your calendars. That is going to be the night of the finals. Can Darrell Stewart defend his title, or will he be taken out by a new blender in the mix? So, again, mark your calendars. April 9th, guys. We're going to be raising a ton of money for Nationwide Children's Hospital. And I cannot wait for this. This is one of my favorite nights of the year. We'll get some really great inside info from Fred on the industry, what's going on, what he's seeing. We'll get to talk to Matt, which we haven't talked to in a while, share what he's doing over at Barrel King. And not only that, but you know what he's been enjoying lately as far as, from a bourbon point of view. And I just think not only will it be a fun conversation, but it'll also be a great night of giving and a great night for crowning a new champion here in the 24-25 year of Blendageddon. So good luck, folks. It's going to be fun. All right. Those are some big noses in the house, literally. That's right. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Planning my month around it, says Rishi Babsher. F your butterflies. Oh, sorry, kids. Hey, remember the FYO Train story? Just a reminder. Oh, yeah. So real quick, before I start tasting these, FYO Train started as, I think it was Blendageddon. Oh, no, it wasn't Blendageddon. I just had Fred on. Me and Fred were talking about something, and I had gotten those Jim Beam decanter trains, and I was so excited to show him. And I kind of lifted up the train, and I said, hey, you know what I got, Fred? Check this out. Check this out. And Fred, you could tell, already had like a look in his face like he wasn't impressed. So I took the train out and I was showing him, and he goes, and Fred is just like, you know what, Jason, you know that bourbon in there is going to taste like shit. I'm like, oh, I know. I wasn't expecting to drink it. He's like, yeah, that's not going to be great bourbon. So then Matt Porter in the chat, he writes, I forgot how we put it, but he writes like Jason, then colon, he writes Jason, Fred, look at my train. And then he writes Fred, colon, fuck your train. Because Fred was so unimpressed with it. It doesn't sound as funny explaining it, but when it happened at the time, it was hilarious. So yeah. FYO Train, can you still donate bourbon? Yes, Justin. Actually, I will drop the form if you want to donate a bottle. Give me 1 second, and we'll start tasting these. Google Forms. Sign in. Let me grab the form here, and I can drop it in the chat. If you guys want to donate a bottle to help raise money, then I have the form right here. Copy responder link. Copy. There it is. And I will drop the link in the chat, which is right here. Oh, well, let me go to the end of the chat here. This is like flying by. Okay. There's the form there in the chat. If you guys want to, I'll actually pin it, and you guys can see it there on the top. I'll end the poll because we already did the poll. So I pinned the link on the top of the chat. If you want to fill out that form and donate a bottle as part of the fundraiser, then go for it. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Okay. Yeah, Fred almost passing out because he was laughing so hard was hilarious. All right, first one, guys. Cheers. Here we go. What brand has had the biggest turnaround by whiskey nerds from meh to exciting? Says Andy Mankin 20. That's a great question. Definitely not Old Forester. From meh to exciting. I don't know. I think you can make an argument for Bardstown Bourbon Company, because I think when they first started, you weren't really exactly sure what to expect from them, and then they have become kind of the Napa Valley experience for bourbon, I think, in the last few years. So it's like Bardstown Bourbon Company opens and people weren't really sure how to gauge it. And they were like, okay, we got some cool stuff. They're doing blends. We have the Discovery series. But once they started releasing their own stuff and now people started getting more involved with what Bardstown Bourbon Company is doing, I would probably say them. I feel like Makers had us for a minute because they were starting to do the different staves. And yeah, I think you could put Green River in that conversation because they went through a few different ownerships until Bardstown Bourbon Company took over. You could probably make an argument for Jim Beam because of all the crazy special releases. Now, whether you think that's a plus or a minus of what they've been doing, whether you think that's their to advantage or disadvantage that they're releasing so much stuff, that's really up to you. But you could make an argument for Jim Beam because of all the different stuff that they're doing. I don't know if I would put Dickel in there. Jack Daniels, I think Jack Daniels is a great, I think. This is why I'm so impressed with Jack Daniels, because they're so huge for a distillery that could literally just put out Old Number 7 constantly, and that's all they give us, as well as their Tennessee honey and their Fireball and their other flavored expressions. Those guys chose to go all in on not only releasing stuff for whiskey enthusiasts, but also experimenting with different. They released a cherry finish single malt. Did anyone ever think we would get that from Jack Daniels? But the toasted, the finished whiskeys, the double barrel, the twice barrel, all these different things that Jack Daniels has done, I think that they're the ones that may have had the biggest turnaround. Whoever said Jack Daniels in the chat, I probably would agree. I think Sagamore you can make an argument for. I think Bardstown and Jack would be my votes for that one. Yep. Where did Jackie go? Jackie went in the woods. She's hunting wild yeast to make her stuff. Yeah, it was actually really good. Think about how phased JD's approach is. Yeah, I totally agree, Jason. I think they do. Drum key. We'll see. This was through a strategic plan that started 20 years ago. I think Jack Daniels has. Bardstown may have had the quickest ascension, but I think Jack Daniels has been the most impressive to me because of their scale and their size. Again, for a company that could just be like, we're just going to make Jack Daniels 8-year. I'm sorry, Old Number 7. That's it. And they could probably run a very fine business just making that. And they decided we're going to do a 12-year, a 10-year, a 14-year. They still have plans for an 18-year, a 21-year. And then on top of that, they're going to, who else knows what we're going to see from them. So do you think we will see another real dark period for whiskey, or we will just see unstable line go? I think I think it'll just come to a more stable ground. I don't think we'll see a dark period anymore for whiskey. I just think a market correction was going to happen. It was needed. And I think whiskey brands will need to adapt. And I think that's what's going to happen. First one, oh my God, very, very fruit forward. Cherry, lemon, dark cherry, orange zest, cotton candy, very sweet. A little bit of oak on the back end. Great spice on that one too. Last sip of this one. Do you know how anyone in your whiskey world who is a Dickel head and really goes to bat for them, drinking a Bardstown single barrel of their own, cheers? I know like 2 guys that are Dickel heads, if that's what you want to call them. That's how come I've never thought of that before. A Dickel head? That's brilliant. That should be the George Dickel like national club name, a Dickel head. Lean into it. Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Caleb Pitts, I don't know if that's ever been uttered or if I've ever heard it. Favorite bourbon that maybe not many people have heard of. Oh my God, this number 2 was ridiculous. I do go. I like George Dickel whiskey when it's high age and higher proof because it could hide a little bit of that minerality that it has, that Flintstone vitamin, whatever you want to call it. Favorite whiskey that not a lot of people have heard of. That's a great question. Man, I don't know. I like. I have to look around. I don't even. I I don't know. You know, it might be. I would. I could make an argument for ASW out of Georgia. We talked about them earlier. How good their stuff is that nobody talks about it. Cedar Ridge out of Iowa, making incredible whiskey, incredible American single malt. I think is worth a mention. Um, yeah, I mean, to top of mind, that's probably the quickest two I could think of. Oh, Old Dominic, that's a great call out. Old Dominic in Tennessee, incredible whiskey they have, and nobody really talks about them either. Oh my gosh. Number two is dark. It's it's almost cranky because it's such a slap in the mouth of flavor. It's a cranky bourbon. I don't think I've ever used that description before. It's cranky. It wants to be annoying and just stick on your palate and be spicy, sweet. Oh my gosh. That is a oak dark berry molassesy bomb on the palate on that one. It brings all the flavors I want in a bourbon. It's incredible. Great proof. Just great finish on it too. The finish on this thing is still going. I found a Woody Creek Distillery rye on sale at Binny's for 39. Pretty good. Oh, Woody Creek. Okay. Woody Creek's interesting. Um, I'm trying to think of some other brands, but I really got to get through this blind guy, so I'm sorry if I ignore any questions. All right, number three. Number three has a fantastic nose as well. Oh my word. Number three actually might have more oak than number two does. Longer, maybe a longer finish too. A little bit more drying on the palate, I think. There's just a little bit of a lingering drying effect from number three on the palate versus number two. Jason, have you talked about Old Forest? JG, shut up, man. Until you've had a New Holland distillery origin toasted barrel, you've not lived. Just saying. Oh, I think New Holland, I would put that up there. Mark, that's a great call out. The stuff that New Holland is doing is incredible. So I think New Holland is one of those under the, in the weeds brands that not a lot of, guys know about. New Holland is incredible. I would definitely put that on the list. They probably have the best honey finished whiskey that I've tried for sure. So yeah. Yeah, Crittenden, you could put up there. Crittenden, I never know how to say that. I haven't tried enough of it yet, but I've heard great things. We're doing a pick with them pretty soon. We're going to have the founder of the distillery on the channel at some point to talk through what their process is. So really looking forward to that. Three is outstanding as well. B and C, or 2 and 3, are already the leaders in the clubhouse. All right, 3 is a little bit lighter, not as oaky, but definitely might be the sweetest so far I've had. Very candy. James Lay. Oh, that one has a smokiness to it. It's smoky and it's sweet. It's almost barbecue saucy. What the hell is that one? That one's literally coming off like a fresh barbecue sauce, which I don't remember any of these tasting like. I don't know about this one. What happened? Yeah, I'm getting like a sweet, like a mesquite barbecue sauce, but it's extremely sweet. That thing's gnarly, but it's really good. There's a little bit of a coffee bean on the back end of that one. Whiskey Train Gang. Why does every state have an awesome local distillery, but I'm stuck with Woodinville? Says Kevin Clark. Damn, dude. That's messed up. Yeah. These 2 and 3 so far, the leaders in the clubhouse. Let's go to letter E here. Or number 5. Oh, number 5's nose is incredible as well. Oh, wow. The D makes itself to be known as always. Oh, no, not the D, the E. Sorry, the D was underwhelming. The D was not my favorite. Meh on the D for tonight. But the E. Oh, the E is fantastic. So, not as oaky, but the flavors you get here. This is all like orange creme brulee. It's like a fresh creme brulee with like orange peels on top. Like burnt orange peel, orange oil, whatever you want to call it. It's a heavy citrus, a little bit of a cherry on the back end of that one. A lot of spice, great proof. That thing is a beast. Man, this is going to be tougher than I thought. Man, F you. Oh, wow. I don't even know what that one would be. F has a darker profile than E does. Longer finish. I actually like the finish on F a lot. Oh man, F is ridiculous. This is going to be tough. Wow. Jason, I finally opened on Russell Reserve 15 and it was meh. It's nowhere near as good as GTS 24. Is it too complex for my palate? Will it open up? It tasted thin. I didn't get much nose finish. Was great though. Says Reniculous. Yeah, I would probably let it open up a little bit. It does need a little time because it is oaky. And I agree. I think some people would like GT, and I said this in my review, GTS 24. I think there's people would like more than Russell's Reserve 15 because of that flavor punch that it has over the Russell's 15. And we'll see how the Russell's 15 does in here tonight, but I can see that happening. But I think Russell's 15 is honestly more layered than the GTS is. GTS is very in your face, but I think that the Russell's 15 just has more going on. Dude, this letter F is ridiculous. The finish is still going. That's going to be a favorite. And then letter G. Letter G didn't, or 1, 2, I shouldn't do letters because there's letters underneath. Let me switch these to numbers because that's going to screw me up. 5, 6, 7. So number 7 here didn't really impress me on the nose too much. Yeah, 24 GTS is a cherry cola candy bomb. And I think people absolutely love that. And I could totally see that. But I think the Russell's Reserve 15 is actually more layered if you just give it some time. This is straight up candy apple on the last one. Candy apple. Heavy cinnamon. I think this is easily my last place one. I don't think this has nearly the richness of the other ones here. This one might just stay right there in kind of on the end. So I'm calling that one last. That one's not holding my attention like the others. Yeah, James Lay, Russell Reserve 15 is balanced, polished, complex, and just better structured overall. And I love it. It's kind of the quick, what do you call it? It's almost like it's the ultimate. GTS gives you the ultimate satisfaction right away. And I think that's what a lot of guys look for. It's not so much the complexity or the layered flavors you get. It's the brunt force, like power and flavor that a lot of people look for. And I think GTS has that. But when you boil it down versus Russell's Reserve 15, you give Russell Reserve 15 that. I think Russell Reserve wins on complexity and finish in the long run. But GTS will give you that quick satisfaction off the bat because it's so just palate heavy up front. It's a punch of that cherry cola sweetness that it has. And I think it's fair to say there's a lot of people that would like that more. So I understand. Yep. 1 gazillion%. I speak the truth, home slice. All right. Let's start getting these down here and let's see what we got. This isn't, I mean, I think the top ones are going to be close, but there is definitely some outliers here. I think number one, as much as I like it, that's going to be probably my second to last place. So I'm going to go here and here. That's my second to last place. And then really it's going to be these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These top 5 here are the ones. So A is 7. That one is 8 place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is 6th. This is 7th. Now it's really going to be down to these because these are, it's a lot. It's 5 different whiskeys, but these are the kind of the best of the best here. So let's do a quick sip of each one and let's rank these here. This one's ridiculous, which is number 2. This is ridiculous. When you moved, did everyone make fun of your Long Island accent? Absolutely, Albert. One guy went to Giant Eagle store and I said, I don't know what I said, but he's like, are you a Yankee? Are you from New York? I'm like, yeah, I'm from New York. So he knew right away. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this here because it's going to mess up my order. But just know I have it written down there. All right. So number 2 is definitely going to be a top one. Number 3. Oh, man. I like 3 over 4. Oh man, this is ridiculous. These two are my 1 and 2. 1 and 2 right here. These two are just stupid. Okay. Oh my God. The finish on this one is ridiculous. Okay, so I think I have I have a top 2 and a bottom 2. Now it's just kind of filtering out in between. These are my top 2, and it doesn't matter what the ranking is here. These are my bottom 2. These are my top 2, and these middle 3, these are just kind of somewhere in the middle. I could kind of try to rank these. This one I wasn't that crazy about, but these two were closer. Oh, this one. All right, so this is where we're at. But these two right here, these are the top 2, and it's not close. Wow. These two were just like, you know what? Hold my beer. God, this one just might win for finish. Oh, but this one has such an incredible palate. Because the finish is so ridiculous on whatever this is my winner. It's got a great mid palate as well. So that's my ranking. Yeah, the single Rick was the just so you know, just for you guys, I opened a brand new bottle of this was my one backup of single Rick House CNF that I have. I cracked it open just for the occasion. Okay. Let's find out what these are here. All right, so last place, which was this one. So last place goes to, not surprised, but surprised, E.H. Taylor. The E.H. Taylor gets last place. E.H. Taylor, beans or no beans. Yeah, E.H. Taylor gets the last place. So, I mean, let me say this, though. It probably not a fair, because that's so old and it's been open for a long time. Probably a lot of air went out into that one. So the E.H. Taylor gets last. Let's go to second and last place. That's letter A. And that goes to the Four Roses 2021. So the Four Roses 2021 gets second to last place. So let me just cross these off so I know. Oh my gosh. I'm getting the hiccups. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know if I'm that surprised about the E.H. Taylor, but that thing's been open up since 2018. So probably a lot of air gun into it. All right, let's go to fifth place. Fifth place. This goes to letter. What letter is that? I don't even. Oh, this is letter B. That is the Old Carter Batch 5. This is the one that I thought was a little smoky and was getting the barbecue sauciness from. It was okay, but it actually did have a better palate to me than the Four Roses and the E.H. Taylor, but still a far cry from the top four. So there you go. Shout out to the Air. A. Smith Bourbon Cast Rank 3, my all-time best. I still have not gotten lucky enough to grab one of those A. Smith Bowmans. So yeah, you knew you have too many bottles when something you opened 7 years ago is still around. You know what happens is, like, I get the bottle and I put it up on the shelf, and then I get a new version of the Colonel Taylor, and then this one ended up in the back. I couldn't even believe I still had that bottle. I'm like, what am I doing with this bottle? So this bottle is going to stay down here, and I'm going to finish this bottle and get rid of it because there's not much left. All right, so the top four is interesting. So we have what's left. Is anybody surprised? Russell's 15, Heaven Hill 17, Single Rick House, Camp Nelson F, and Jack Daniels 14. Hanging tough. All right, number 4 is letter F, which is this is a surprise. The CNF. I thought this was going to be in the top 3. This got 4th, which means Jack Daniels made top 3. What the hell? Okay. I see you. Wow. All right. If third place isn't Jack, I'm going to lose my shit. Okay. Oh my gosh. Third place. Okay. Third place. Is the Jack 14. Guys, the Jack 14. I mean, seriously. Getting third place in this round robin here, whatever you want to call it. Jack Daniels 14 did pretty damn good. But the two that I thought would be top are the top 2. And listen, I mean, you could complain. You could say, oh, Russell's 15, good to win. Heaven Hill 17. Listen, they're great freaking bourbons. And unfortunately, yeah. You know, third is JD. Third was JD. So what did I pick is 1 and 2? I thought going into this, I honestly thought Heaven Hill 17 would win. So I'm going to take a sip of these two each. Again, one quick more sip of each of these, and I'm going to try to guess which is which. I don't know. I think one could be the Heaven Hill because it's a higher. What's the proof on the Heaven Hill? I know I'm just like drawing this out, guys. I'm sorry. It's 100. Okay, it's not super high, so it's pretty close with Russell's Reserve. The 117 versus what is that? 119, 120 something. They're not that far off. All right, let's find out. Let's end the suspense. This is letter E. This is the hell is that? Is that D? That's D. Somehow the D always finds a way to win. And what was letter D? First place in this blind goes to, and I'm sorry if nobody's gotten a bottle of this yet. Russell's Reserve 15. Russell's Reserve 15 takes it, but the Heaven Hill 17 is right there with it. Probably two of the best bourbon releases that we have had in the last several years. With these two bottles, this is the upper echelon of bourbon releases that we have had. And there are, you can't, you know what? What is it? It's, oh my God, it's 11:11. It's late. Sorry, guys. Do you guys want me to throw George T. Stagg in here real quick just to see how it does? Why not? We're already down the rabbit hole. Is my George T. Stagg, is that thing handy? Where is it? Okay. This is the George T. Stagg 2024. I'm not gonna do like a whole comparison here. I just want to see if this got voted in, how it would do. Oh my gosh. George T. Stagg 24 is just cherry tobacco candy goodness. But you know what? To our point beforehand, I stand on my statement. I think GTS is immediate satisfaction on the front of the palate. But when it comes to layered flavors and finish, the Heaven Hill and the 17 and the Heaven Hill 17 and the Russell's 15 have it beat. I don't care what anybody says. I know Stagg, again, that immediate satisfaction you get of that brute force flavor that the GTS gives you, I could see why people would love it. But when you boil it down and you compare the Jack Daniels, not the Jack Daniels, the GTS lacks a finish that the Russell's 15 and even the Heaven Hill 17 have. So, yeah. GTS versus JD 14. We might have to wait for one of my double bass videos to come out for that. So I might have one in mind, Adam. So don't you worry. All right, this was fun. Should we blend all these and see what happens, or is that going to be disgusting? I don't know. Part of me just wants to leave them alone and just kind of hang out with it. Actually, let me throw in the Oakley. I'm gonna go back to the Oakley here. You know, the Oakley would have done really good too. It's very similar to the Heaven Hill 17, the Oakley, honestly. So I think the Oakley has a little bit more molasses than the 17 year, but it's in that ballpark. I'm not doing it. I'm just leaving it. Okay. Todd Ritter, sorry to keep you waiting. How many names do we have in the giveaway? Let's give away this beautiful bottle of Buccaneers 15 Buffalo Turkey. Let's see who the lucky winner is, and then we will call it a night. I'm not blending them. I'm just gonna, when I do my after party with my patrons tonight, I'm just gonna sip on these for the rest of the night and go for it. All right. Where is Andrew P? How are those Patreon bottles dropping soon? Russell Reserve. So Andrew, we're dropping our Russell Reserve picks this Friday. They drop by tier starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the highest tier, then 5:30 for the second highest tier, and then 6 o'clock for the third highest tier, and then so on and so forth. And we'll see. This is insanely delicious. I got to get my hands on one of those. I'm not blending that shit. All right. Let me see. Is he texting me? Oh, Todd Ritter's texting me. Okay, perfect. 229 people. We have 229 entries. So we're gonna see who wins this thing. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it up to the Google machine. Hey Google, pick a number between 1 and 229. Hold on, let me do that again so you guys can hear it. Okay. Hey Google, pick out a number between 1 and 229. Where'd it go? Hey Google, pick out a number between 1 and 229. What is happening? It's not giving me a thing. It's not giving me the actual, it's not picking a number. What happened, Google? Screw it. All right. Yeah, 229 entries. Okay, let's let me pick a number here. Pick a random number between 1 and 229.
11.
Oh, 11. Okay. It went low. 11. You guys heard it. There it is. Number 11. Todd Ritter, who is 11? Who's winning this beauty? Who's winning it? I'm not asking Siri shit. I don't see. Let me see. Is he going to text it or is he going to put it in the chat? John Farron with the win, with the dub. John Farron, congratulations. John, you have won the Augusta 15. Oh, he's texting me too. John Farron is the winner. Oh my God. Elijah Craig just joined my Patreon. That's crazy. How does that even happen? Elijah Craig, thank you so much. John Farron, is John Farron in the chat? Is he still here? Where is he? F Siri. Is John Farron here? Congrats, John, with the dub. That's right. John gets the dub. Congrats, man. John Farron, enjoy the bottle. Thank you so much for the support, everybody, tonight. This was a lot of fun. Guys, we will be back next week with another fun episode. I have a cool idea for next week. We'll see if it pans out. I hope. If not, we might have a cool guest on. We'll get into it. But thanks for tuning in tonight. Have about 500 people watching. That was awesome. Again, hit the like button on the way out if you haven't yet. Thanks for the support. Look forward to the series here this week as we get into some fun blind tastings on the Master and Drum. Guys, love all you. Thanks so much for the support. And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey. It's the people you share with. Cheers. Go share some whiskey and go have a great night. Stay safe if you're in that tornado area. And we'll see you guys right here next week. Cheers and take care, everybody.